Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. But you look at this defense. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And it is incomplete. They had a defender running right with him. And now it's third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Burrow work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow, flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I thought at first he tried to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Looking deep here for Chase. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Facing second and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The Ravens in trouble to start play, 6-8 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one. Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Burrow. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
You look at this Baltimore defense.
And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And this is what we talk, game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Here's Jackson to throw. This is intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Solomon Thomas there on the tackle.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 6.
Now they go play action now. Burrow, he'll buy some time right.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
There are not many times where you might say it's a detriment to have a quarterback with a cannon for an arm, but this might be one of those few times. He just laid that one out there a bit too far, and his receiver couldn't run under it.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Burrow. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick 6 there, and they are off to the races here this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. These two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3-and-out.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be fielded at the 17. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Burrow gets this one quickly out wide, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a throw from outside the pocket, complete out left. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Jackson.
Well, tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. It's David Ojabo there for the tackle.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Burrow. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. That is caught, finding room at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They go play action with Burrow. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Odafe Oweh. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coach.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stephens. And the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd.
Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
To the right side, into the hands of Flowers.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Jackson on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
The one there on 1st down, going to get him 5 up to the 30.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
12.
Now Burrow.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Play action. It's Burrow.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Throwing now. Burrow on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the 1st half.
He's one of the bigger receivers in the game, CD, and his size that time certainly helped against double coverage.
Yeah, you're still at a little bit of a disadvantage when you're going against multiple defenders when they're trying to double you and sometimes triple you. But you're exactly right. With his build, he could minimize that disadvantage, and he more than held his own and hauled that one in right there.
And now the kick short, but this is a live football picked up in the end zone. He's past the 30, and he will be out of bounds. So no touchdown on the missed field goal return here. And on that wild note, we will come to an end here in the 1st half of play.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
In the 1st half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the 1st half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Oh, for the
third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Burrow will throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves to James. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, here's Jackson. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work, because he's got to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. From the 46, here's 2nd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They'll get 34 yards there.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Henry will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely...
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill from 3 yards out. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
They're going to try and run. And he's going to get in for the 2 points, and that'll make this a 10-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
On second down, here's Burrow. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Burrow on play action. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Going for the deep ball. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Slot man moves right.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And he takes a hop at the end of that one. It'll be a gain of about 4. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
So this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task. But that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Bengals will get the football back.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. There's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. From midfield now, Burrow. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. The quick throw by Burrow is complete.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Burrow. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. This will be caught at about the 3.
And the Bengals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say. Touchdown, Bengals! A great play there. His 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Hey, check mine. Watch it divide. Man, I got you. Man.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going to let it fly. Here's a diving catch right side. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. To throw is Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Now it's Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. Middle. 57's mic. Mic 57. Check. 57. Mic 57.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football. Oh, wide open, complete. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.